Welcome back to Teuchenthal in Germany, everybody. Round 6 for the EMX250 European Championship, Race 2. Race 1 was yesterday afternoon, and boy, what a race we had as well, because before we arrived here for this 6th round, 7 points separated the top 3 riders, Albi Ferrato, Stefan Rubini and Rowan van der Moosdijk, with Ferrato and Rubini tied for the lead on 2:01. Now, after yesterday's race, where Rubini found his way past van der Moosdijk with 3 laps to go, van der Moosdijk coming home second, and Albi Ferrato riding his luck on more than one occasion. He came home in 3rd. The championship now looks like this. Rubini on 2:26, Ferrato 2:21, and van der Moosdijk 2:16. So 10 points now separate the top 3, with 5 between 1st and 2nd, and 2nd and 3rd. So what can we expect here today? Temperature reaching close to 30 degrees. They're predicting 30 degrees today. It was about 22 or 3 for the first race of the day, the 125 European Championship presented by FMF Racing. But as you can see, the riders making their way to the line. Here's how they line up. Rowan van der Moosdijk was fastest in Group 1 with a time 1:49.0. Rubini fastest in Group 2 with a 49.2. So they alternate. Van der Moosdijk, Rubini, Group 1-2, Ferrato, Group 1, Sido, Group 2, and that's how you get the lineup here for the grid. Race 1 yesterday was won by the number 118 of Stefan Rubini, and Rubini on the Honda Red Motor Assa Motor machine, picking up his 3rd race win of the year. Alberto Ferrato there came home in 3rd for Maddie Racing Husqvarna, but he was fast. Between them was the F&H Racing Kawasaki of Rowan van der Moosdijk. 4th was the Team Diga Procross Husqvarna 104, Jeremy Sido, as we look at Rowan van der Moosdijk. And then in 5th place was Thibaut Beniston, Yamaha MGC Europe. Josh Gilbert, Honda Built Base, was 6th. And then we had Nick Lapucci, who was running 5th until about 4 laps to go. A simple fall left him down in 7th. For Steele's Dr. Jack KTM. René Hoffer was next. There is Jeremy Sido, 4th in race 1, the German. Can he get on the podium here this weekend in front of his home fans? Took his first podium last time out in Latvia, 3rd overall. 2 solid performances for him. There's the winner from race 1 yesterday, Stefan Rubini, Honda Red Motor Assa Motor. But 8th in race 1 yesterday, the 711 René Hoffer for KTM Junior Racing. There's Nick Lapucci. 9 for Andrea Adamo for Yamaha MC Action MC Migliori. Isaac Gifting was 10, then Raimo Dankers, Bastian Bodam, Rick Elzinger, Jan Krzyzewski, Giuseppe Trapeppi, Sameo Ubak, Tommaso Israel Romano, Philip Olsen, Marcel Stauffer and Tim Edberg. Natsuki just outside of the points in 23rd place. But circuit conditions already starting to dry out. There is Thibaut Beniston, last year's 125 European champion. 5th in race 1 yesterday. 371, just pushing himself into position. Manuel Jacopi, JK Racing Yamaha. Green flag at the back, green flag at the front. The Fly Racing 15-second board up then for the 2nd time this weekend. EMX250 Race 2 about to get underway. 25 minutes plus 2 laps on a fast drying circuit. Here it's going to be hard and slick in some places, maybe even a little bit greasy in others, but the heads go down. The gate drops here at Teuchenthal, the Talkessel circuit, over on the right-hand side, left as they drop into the first turn. Van der Moosdijk with a nice inside line, but riders down. Thibaut Beniston looked like he got caught in that, or certainly shaved past it. But it's Rubini who leads. Van der Moosdijk is in 2nd place. 3rd might be Jan Krzyzewski again. He was a fast start yesterday. The guy in yellow on that blue machine is the number 10 of Raimo Dankers. But it's Rubini who leads the way here. Van der Moosdijk in 2nd on that Kawasaki. 3rd is Sido now, 104, Team Diga Procross as they hit the pit lane turn. Van der Moosdijk looking to make a move early here if he can. The wind over the finish line jump always blows the riders from left to right as we look. But it's Rubini who leads on that Honda. The Kawasaki and Van der Moosdijk second. Sido third. Kajanski fourth. Dankers. Israel Romano. Hoffa in seventh. Ferrato in 8th place. 9th is Gilbert. 10 Natski. 11 Bastian Bodam. Simeo Ubak is 12. Then we have Giuseppe Tropepi, Marcel Stauffer, Yuri Quarti, Isaac Gifting, Rick Elzinger, Yanni Cui, Gianmarco Senorelli, and then Cornelius Torndal. Beniston in 22nd. He did get caught in that first turn. Kerfuffle. Philip Olsen just a couple of positions further back behind Tim Edberg. James Carpenter in 30th place. Nick Lapucci even further back, so maybe he got caught in that first turn crash as well. Here's Ferrato, 3:03. He's in 5th place now. He's making light work of the guys around him. 23 to the inside. Josiah Natski being pushed down to 11th position at the moment as he hugs the bank over on the right-hand side just behind these guys. Gilbert just ahead of him on the Bill Base Honda number 3. But here's Ferrato, already past René Hoffa. Challenge for the lead coming again. Rubini leading the way though. Roman van der Moosdijk close behind him in second for F&H Racing Kawasaki. Traversing back across the start straight. Corner not as deeply rutted as it was yesterday at the end of the day, but Roman van der Moosdijk gets down on the gas early and cuts across to the left-hand side to close down the line from Rubini to stop him going around the outside. And at the end of the first official full lap, we have a new leader. So Van der Moosdijk with the fastest lap then, a 1:54.4 compared to the 55.3 of Rubini. These two are first and second. A mistake there from Van der Moosdijk. But Rubini wasn't able to capitalise, but he might find a way past around this part of the racetrack. He's going to go to the long way round, though. Cuts it back to the inside, no way through. Sido just being dropped there. There's Ferrato now in 4th, Dankers in 5th. So Ferrato has found his way past Rivo Dankers since he hit the finish line a moment ago. There he is in red. Good to see the Hudson Metals Yamaha rider number 10, Rivo Dankers, starting to get more used to riding this 250 class. 5th overall last time out in Latvia. 5th overall at the moment in the overall classification here in Germany. But here's Albi Ferrato, number 303, Maddie Racing Husqvarna. He fell in this corner yesterday whilst challenging for the lead. Picked himself up, stayed in 3rd, and that's eventually where he did finish. Back with the leaders though. Van der Moosdijk, Rubini, 1st and 2nd, split by not a lot. This is what happened a lap ago though. Rubini didn't get on the gas, and Van der Moosdijk decided, yeah, I don't want to take the inside, I'll take your line instead, just to stop you coming back at me. Van der Moosdijk continues to lead by less than a second, 9/10 in fact. Here's Jeremy Sido, the Diga Procross Husqvarna rider. He's going to be back on the podium, but Ferrato is also tied on points with him at the moment on 38. Ferrato looks to go to the inside, but not able to find a way through. Gets good drive through here though. Maddie Racing Husqvarna to the outside, Team Diga Procross Husqvarna to the inside. Ferrato looking for a way through, top of the hill though, but Sido will take the inside line. These two, 5 and 6 seconds down on these two riders here, the leaders, Van der Moosdijk and Rubini, as Ferrato looking to get alongside the German again. Bit more corner speed around the outside. He finds his way into 3rd. Right, now that he's got clear track, can he do what he did yesterday, close down the two guys ahead of him? And can he find a way through? He wants to leave here with the championship leader's red plate, but so too does Roman van der Moosdijk. So too does Stefan Rubini. And Rubini getting very close. on that Honda red motor, Assa motor. Over on the left as we look at him, the 118, the Frenchman going after the Dutchman. Cuts it back across to the inside. They try something at the bottom of the hill. He does. He gets to the inside there, but he can't execute a move there. See how blustery the conditions are here at this Thalkessel circuit. He tries to lean on Van der Moosdijk. Van der Moosdijk will have the better line on the exit, or will he? No. Well, there was no way. He should have gone around the outside there, and Mark de Ruwe, the team trainer, would be furious that that was even allowed to happen. But Rubini showing his intent here. He wants to go 1-1. He wants to extend the championship lead. Because with Lommel, the next round in the sand, surely you would have to favour the 39 of Rowan van der Moosdijk. Watch this. Decides to commit to the outside, Rubini. Van der Moosdijk just needed to hold a nice, steady line here, but he allowed himself to get beat up there. Good line choice from Rubini, though. Good execution as well. So Rubini was half a second clear of Van der Moosdijk as he hit the line. He set the fastest lap of the race as well. 52.3 compared to a 53.8. Can he get his head down and disappear? Of course, coming from France, he loves a harder, slick circuit. But Rowan van der Moosdijk was pretty good in the first part of the race. In fact, for the first 13 laps yesterday, 12 laps. Albi Ferrato, 53.6. He was 2/10 quicker than Van der Moosdijk. Here he is in second, in third place. Got some work to do, though. That's the Maddie race in Husqvarna. Jeremy Sido not far behind him, fourth. Dankers fifth. Hoffa sixth. Gilbert seven. Bastian Bodam is eight. 9 is Giuseppe Trepepi, and 10 is Isaac Gifting. Tommaso Israel Romano is next in 11. Marcel Stauffer is 12. Thibaut Beneston 13 now. He was 22nd on the first lap. Jan Grudzinski, quick starter, now down in 14th, ahead of Josiah Natsky, John Marco Cennarelli. Rick Elzinger just finding his way past, though, moving up to 16th. Then we have Simeo Ubak, Nick Lapucci, and Yanni Kui. Rubini back in front, this time 1.7 clear of Van der Moosdijk. Another fastest lap, a 52.1 compared to a 53.2. They're starting to drop Albi Ferrato. Here's René Hoffa. He goes over the line in 6th place. So Hoffa, the KTM Junior Racing rider. Former 85 Junior World and European champion. Picked up an injury last year. Could he have won the 125 category? Who knows? He was looking good when it happened. Moving up to 250, though, under the watchful eye of his trainer, Dietmar Lacker, Didi Lacker, former 503c Grand Prix racer. 80s and 90s. There's Jeremy Sido in the white helmet. Diga Procross Husqvarna, 104. Being chased down by the Hudson Metals Yamaha, number 10, Raivo Dankers. So a young German being chased by a young Dutch rider. Down through the dip up towards Monster Energy Mountain. Still, Sido hanging on to 4th position at the moment. He won't finish on the podium if he stays where he is, because it will be as it is in the race. Rubini, Van der Moosdijk and Ferrato. Crucially, if it stays like this, Rubini will pick up 6 points over Van der Moosdijk and 10 over Ferrato. Changes the championship a little bit. 251 to Rubini, 241 Ferrato. Van der Moosdijk 238. He would still stay in third. .14.5 minutes plus 2 then. Just saw Sido having to correct as he came into land there. Adjust himself because of the wind blowing in from the rider's right, as it has been all weekend long here, getting stronger as well. But But it's Rubini who now leads 2 seconds over Van der Moosdijk. Ferrato third, 7 seconds further back. Just taking too long to get past Sido. There is Ferrato, opposite corner. Here is the battle for the lead. That's not 2 seconds now between Rubini and Van der Moosdijk. Because sector 1 for Rubini. Man down. .313 might have been Israel Romano. If that's the case, then out of 12th place. You can see that the 2 second gap between Rubini and Van der Moosdijk is starting to come down. Sector 1, Rubini was 31.1. It was a 30.4, so he pulled some time back there. They're about the same going through sector 2, but Van der Moosdijk set the fastest third sector of the race, the 22.4. Another 2/10 gained. So the 2.047 second advantage at the end of lap 5 will shrink slightly to 1.4. So far, Rubini has 3 race wins. Picked up his 3rd race win yesterday for Honda Red Motor Asamotor. But Van der Moosdijk, he was the man of the moment coming into this one, picking up the last 2 overalls. Here's Thibaut Beneston, Yamaha MJC. Going after the number 4 of Marcel Stauffer as they hit the line in 11th and 12th position. There's a 211 of Nick Lapucci just behind him as well, so the Steele's Dr. Jack, KTM rider, also picking himself up from the first turn crash. Looking for a way past Beneston there, number 98, and the number 4 of Marcel Stauffer. Lapucci just looking for a way around the young French rider in the middle here. Can't afford to leave any doors open. Lapucci will be through. .11.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. EMX250 Race 2. We're at round 6 at the Talkessel circuit here, Teushenthal in Germany. You can see Lapucci, he's not scared to light it up in the hard, slick conditions. Feeling very much at home. Marcel Stauffer, though, doing a good job of hanging on to 11th position at the moment. Lapucci cuts across the left, gets better drive as well, and he's alongside. Is he going to land? Well, I tell you what, he was a long way down on the landing there. And then he runs into the back of Stauffer. Beneston just hanging on to that 12th place. Stauffer has no idea what's going on behind him. He's just riding his own race. Finished 19th in race 1 yesterday, did the number 4. And Sido under attack here from the number 10. This is for 4th place. So Dankers getting closer, but not able to find a way through. Stalls momentarily there as well. And René Hoffer closing in the background in 6th place. So 3 riders challenging for 4th position here, and the momentum is with Hoffer, the 3rd rider in this shot on the KTM, currently in 6th position. Just behind them in the background, Josh Gilbert up to 7th for Honda Bill Base Racing, and then Bastien Baudin is next in 8th place. WZ Racing KTM rider. 9th is Giuseppe Tropepi, the Guidinelli Racing Yamaha, and then 517 of Isaac Gifting is next from Sweden. Beneston now 11, Lapucci now 12. Stauffer has been passed by both the French and the Italian, goes down to 13th. Jan Kudranski next in 14th place. Elzinger is in 15th on the STM Corsa Yamaha. This battle here continues, though. Gilbert on course for picking up his best overall finish here. He's currently 5th overall at the moment, while sitting there in 7th, but he's got a bit of gap to make up to René Hofer and these two riders ahead of him. What's this? Oh, the 10 of Dankers, just a little bit out of shape. And he's getting caught here by Hofer. Hofer has to jump short over onto the right-hand side. Gilbert about 7 seconds behind these. He'll be hoping they just trip each other up, slow themselves down a little bit. But Sido, 155.4, Dankers 56.0, 55.2 for Hofer, Gilbert 56.2. Looking to come into view any moment now, the young Southwesterner from the southwest corner of England. The number 3 there, Gilbert. But Bastien Baudam and Giuseppe Tropepi breathing down his neck, looking to knock him off the 5th spot of the podium, if there was one. Having to get his elbows out is Gilbert. Back with the leaders, though. They were separated by 1.5 seconds last time around. Rubini and Rowan van der Moosdijk, with 7.5 plus 2 to go. That gap is not really changing, is it? The pressure on Rubini, but he'd rather be in 1st and 2nd. Put the pressure on the guy behind to have to ride over himself, to try and get onto your rear wheel. Try to force him into a mistake. Gilbert short at the top of the hill there, and Baudam goes by. Gets his head down, avoids the roost as best he can off the back of that WZ Racing KTM and Bastien Baudam. Just came into land a little bit heavy, goes around the outside, found a much smoother line. The two almost touch on the way out. So Gilbert, the 21-year-old, now split between Bastien Baudam from Denmark and the Italian Giuseppe Tropepi. The Yamaha rider looking for a way through, but he comes up short on that little step up. Rubini continues to lead, though. Van der Moosdijk 2nd, Ferrato 3rd. Sido just disappearing out of sight is 4th. These two, 5th and 6th. Dankers and Hofer. Baudam is 7. Gilbert 8, Tropepi 9, Gifting 10, Lapucci 11. Beniston now 12, being passed by the Italian. Stauffer 13, Elzinger 14. Jansky is 15, Cennarelli is 16, Natsky is 17, Simeo Ubak, Yuri Quarti and Tim Edberg. They're your top 20. The ground drying out very quickly here. We've got a combination of high winds and high temperatures. Bit of a bobble there for René Hofer. That gives a little bit of slack to the number 10 of Raivo Dankers. Back across the start straight. And Sido being let off the hook a little bit here as well. Right, 10 laps complete. Rubini now 1.5 seconds clear of Van der Moosdijk. 3rd, Ferrato is about 8 seconds further back. Then we've got Sido, this guy here in yellow, Raivo Dankers, and the guy giving chase on the KTM, René Hofer. 7 seconds further back, we have Bastien Baudam. Josh Gilbert still hanging on to 8th place, ahead of Giuseppe Tropepi. Back markers starting to come into play as well, with 4.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Rubini safely passed the first one, though. So too, Rowan van der Moosdijk. As it stands right now, Rubini would pick up the overall with 2 wins. Van der Moosdijk would be 2nd with 2 seconds. Ferrato would be 3rd with 2 thirds. Rubini would move to 251, 10 clear of Ferrato at the top of the championship standings. Van der Moosdijk would be 3 points further back. So the onus very much on the 39, the FNH Racing Kawasaki rider. Second rider in shot, second in the race, just behind the leader ahead of him. Back markers, the other riders in that shot. Here's Ferrato getting moved to the outside by a lapper, and has to hit the brakes hard as well as the back marker went from one side of the track to the other. A little bit of a passenger on his own bike there. So the 772 of Jarno Krui almost taking out the third place rider as he hit those braking bumps going down into turn 3. Would have cost him some time as well, yeah, 10 seconds. Now the gap between Rubini, or 11 between him and Rubini, but 10 seconds down on Rowan van der Moosdijk. And the Yamaha here of Dankers, is he on borrowed time now with 3 minutes plus 2 to go. René Hoffer pushing. Try and get himself into the top 5. Might make the move here. He does. He gets the power down nice and early. This time he makes the pass stick, looks across to make sure that Dankers is not there. And René Hoffer then moves up another position into 5th. Second and third in Russia, third overall that day for his only podium of the season, but won't shift him onto the podium this week, but it is for an increase in points. Right, Hoffer inside. So we've got nice and tight to the inside there, and then again to the inside here, shortest route through. Power down nice and early. Dankers was still in the air as Hoffer picked up the traction at the rear wheel. And here he is in 5th place. So Rubini just a few seconds ahead of these guys. Continues to lead. He's over the line, in fact. 12 laps complete. Here he is. 2.4 the gap between him and Rowan van der Moosdijk now for FNH Racing. Here's the Honda Red Motor Asamoah, your race leader. 118 Rubini. He would take over the championship lead. Remember, he tied on points coming into this one with Rubini, with Alberto Ferrato. Ferrato was leading more because of his race wins, though. He had 4, Rubini had 2. Rubini won 1 yesterday, and if he wins this one, they will have 4 wins apiece. But he has clear points advantage over the Italian. So he held the red plate going into Latvia. Lost it after Latvia. We'll be looking to pick it up again here this weekend in Germany. Van der Moosdijk, though, might have something up his sleeve. He just goes and sets the fastest Sector 1 time of the race. 30.02 compared to a 31.01. He sets his personal best Sector 2 as well. 25.9, another 10th pulled back for the Dutch rider, as he looks to try and reel in Rubini and maybe do what he did to him in race 1, where Rubini, with 3 laps to go, found his way into the lead, having stalked his prey for much of the race. The gap between them was 2.4 at the end of lap 12. We're working our way towards the end of lap 13. It's not 2.4 seconds right now. Rubini can't afford to switch off, and neither rider can afford to make a little mistake. Half a second here or there is going to allow the other rider to take full advantage. You see how the riders really having to lean. A 51.9, fastest lap of the race for Rowan van der Moosdijk. Just over a second separate them now, and they are locked together to the inside as they come around turn 7. The tight right opposite the finish line jump. Oh, nicely done from van der Moosdijk as well. He's just been sat there the whole race. He's given Rubini time to work, time to get on with it, and he's just sat there. Quite a confident approach, actually, just to be able to sit there and sit back and try to wait towards the end. And he's trying to put the pressure on the Frenchman now. 56 moves out of the way. One of the back markers, Lorenzo Corti, on the Maggiore Park Racing KTM. Watch this here, just a cheeky little look back. Knows how much room he doesn't have to play with as they headed into the penultimate lap. Just over a lap to go now, though, and Rubini has responded. Stand a little bit lower there as he jumps back onto the start straight, wants to get the power down as early as possible. Oh, and a mistake there from Rowan van der Moosdijk as he came in. Albi, Ferrato. Ugh. Just bouncing through the turns. Wasn't able to bring his A game here this weekend, but he's still very much in the fight for the championship. He'll leave here only 10 points down, but he'll look at that and say, I lost the championship leader's red plate, and I lost 10 points to this guy here. Rubini. Oh, back markers just where Van der Moosdijk didn't want one. Heading into the final lap. Rubini, a 53.0, 52.7 for Van der Moosdijk. Less than a second separate them as first and third in the championship. Battle over the win here in race number 2 and for the overall, because if Van der Moosdijk goes through, he wins this round. And Rubini knows that. He stays where he is. He not only picks up the win, but he also will claim 6 points more than Van der Moosdijk. Back markers might decide this, you know, and I tell you what, the flag marshals here at MSC Teufelstal have been fantastic with the blue flags, with the yellows. But Rubini has hardly any time to breathe. Where will Van der Moosdijk make his move? At the early part of the race, it was down by the pit lane area. At the end of pit straight, Rubini will know not to leave the door open. Three more corners to go. 4 more maybe. Turn 3 at the bottom of the hill. Pit lane, and the exit, then the run down towards the finish. It could not be closer between these two. Van der Moosdijk is looking for a way through. He might have to be forceful at the end of the straight. He goes to the inside. Rubini, oh, he gets the power on just in time. Van der Moosdijk getting peppered with the roost, but down towards the final turn, and Rubini is going to win race 2. He takes the overall, he takes the championship lead, half a second in it, and Van der Moosdijk sets the fastest lap of the race on the final lap, but to no avail. What a race. Here is Ferrato. He has to be content with third. The championship leader's red plate will be switched from the front of that Husqvarna and be placed back onto the front of the Honda Red Motor Assa Motor machine. But a good effort this weekend from the Maddie Racing Husqvarna rider. They finish as they do in the race off of the podium. Rubini, your winner. Van der Moosdijk second. Ferrato third. And we will talk to those three in due course, of course. A quick celebratory fifth punt there for Jeremy Sido as he comes over the line in 4th place. He's pleased with his performances this weekend. Hoffer made it past Dankers to get into 5th just over a lap ago. Dankers now 6th. Bodam 7th. Tropepi comes over the line there in 8th. 9th for Isaac Gifting. And then Lapucci 10. Gilbert faded to 11th in the end. So Gilbert picking up 8th overall this weekend. Thibaut Benestant was 12th. Rick Elzinger 13. Well, we're waiting for him anyway, but we'll do all of that after the race has been finished. But those guys getting a treat here. Albi Ferrato making his way back towards the the winner's enclosure. Here is Stefan Rubini getting ready to talk to Lisa Leyland. Wow, two fantastic performances, two race wins, the overall and the championship leaders red plate this weekend in Germany.
Stefan Rubini, congratulations. You take the overall, you take the championship lead. Great job holding on to that lead at the end there.
Yeah, it was an amazing weekend. First in time practice, first race. I won both races actually. So I take the lead again. And I'm really happy. I really enjoyed the track. So yeah.
Congratulations, thank you.
Almost a perfect weekend. Yeah, he topped his group, but it was Van der Moosdijk who went to the line first, but we're not going to take that away from him, are we? 2 wins. Had to do it the hard way in race 1, 3 laps from the end before he took the victory, but this one here, he found his way through a little bit earlier, but then he was under pressure in the final laps from a hard-charging Rowan Van der Moosdijk. Half a second in it as they cross the line, but it's Rubini who wins here in Germany. Official confirmation then, Rubini, your winner by half a second over Rowan Van der Moosdijk. Albi Ferrato just lost hope with the leaders coming home in 3rd. Jeremy Sido, fantastic performance from him again in 4th. René Hoffer 5th, Dankers 6th, Bastien Bodam and Giuseppe Trepepi, your top 8. 9th for Isaac Gifting and 10 for Nick Lapucci. He fell on the opening lap. Josh Gilbert just fading back to 11th in the end. Thibaut Beneston 12, Rick Elsinger 13, Gianmarco Cennarelli 14, Josiah Natski back in the points in EMX250 in 15th place. Simeo Ubak, Yuri Quarti, Jan Krzansky, Michael Ivanov and Tim Edberg, your top 20. Edberg riding the JWR Yamaha. Overall, looks like this. Rubini, 2 wins, Van der Moosdijk 2 seconds, Ferrato 2 thirds, Sido 2 fourths, and then Hoffer just mixing things up a little bit there. An 8th and a 5th. And Dankers 6th overall this weekend. Beneston just 9th overall. The championship looks like this in EMX 250. Rubini back on top, back in red as we head to Belgium in August. 10 points clear now of Ferrato. He was tied with the Italian coming into this one. Van der Moosdijk was only 7 points further back, but as you can see, he's put some daylight there as well. 13 points adrift now. But who will have the advantage going to Belgium? A deep sand race, Lommel, one of those racetracks that is, well, it's not quite a leveler, but those who know how to ride sand can really do some damage. Husky on top in the manufacturer's chase. Getting ready for the podium here then this weekend. Round 6 of the EMX250 Championship. Alberto Ferrato came here as a championship leader. He has to be content with 3rd overall, the Team Maddy Racing Husqvarna rider. Rowan Van der Moosdijk 2nd overall, 2 second place finishes for him. Led race 1 for the first 12 laps. Rubini picked his pocket though with 3 to go. The FNH rider. But Stefan Rubini, Honda Red Motor, Assa Motor on the top step of the podium for the 2nd time this year. Some great racing in this EMX 250 category this year. Those 3 guys providing fireworks every time they take to the racetrack. Great job by the MSC Teufenthal crew this weekend. Tobias Koch on hand to deliver the 3rd place trophy to Alberto Ferrato, Maddy Racing Husqvarna. Been on the podium every weekend apart from one, and that was when he was 8th overall in Russia. 2nd place trophy by Maria Franca, Jury World Champion 2017, former women's motocross racer as well. Handing the 2nd place trophy to Rowan Van der Moosdijk. But the overall winner, Stefan Rubini, 2 wins out of 2 this weekend. And race win number 4, Ulrich Kramer. doing the honours. And the team trophy to Honda Red Motor Asamoto, Katja Schneider from MXC Teufenthal on hand to deliver that. Just the one small matter now of the championship leader's red plate, but not that small when you're Stefan Rubini. He regains the championship leader's red plate here at Teufenthal in Germany. He has a 10-point lead as we head to the penultimate round at Lommel in Belgium. And for the second time today, the Marseillaise. First, second, third overall this weekend, Stefan Rubini, Rowan van der Moosdijk and Alberto Ferrato. They'll enjoy their time on the podium. We'll enjoy some of the best moments from that race, and when we return, we'll touch base with Lisa Leyland, who will have the top three waiting to speak to her.
Stefan Rubini, congratulations. Second overall victory, going 1-1. Nice line choice at the beginning there to take back that lead, take back that red plate, and have a 10-point advantage.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. With Rowan, we did some good battle. Actually, I take a good start. He passed me directly, but I find the pass. But yeah, it was a really good race. Really happy. It was a beautiful weekend. I hope now I will keep the red plate until the end.
Great job. Thank you. Second overall today, we have Rowan van der Moosdijk. Rowan, I guess you lost the lead at the start there. 2 second-place finishes. You rode a patient race, put in a hard charge towards the end. I guess ran out of time.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get out of the start really good, but yeah, I could hold it tight and yeah, had the lead quite fast, and then I felt the strongest in the beginning, but then Rubini, Stefan, yeah, catch me twice in both motos. That was a bit disappointed, but still I'm quite happy with second place overall.
Congratulations. Third overall today, we have Alberto Ferrato. Alberto, 2 third-place finishes. Bittersweet, you got a podium. You lost that red plate, but going to Lommel, you still have in the championship fight.
Yeah, this was a really tough weekend for me and really difficult. But yeah, 2-time third is not bad, and we have 2 more, so yeah, keep pushing like this and see you there.
Good job, thank you.
Alberto Ferrato, third overall this weekend. A pair of third-place finishes for the Matty Racing Husqvarna rider. A pair of seconds for the FNX Racing Kawasaki of Rowan van der Moosdijk. And a pair of wins for Stefan Rubini. Honda Red Motor Asamoto now has a 10-point lead going into the penultimate round, Lommel, Belgium. But Who will blink first? Who's going to be coming away with the red plate and the wins when we head to the round of Belgium in August? Stefan Rubini will enjoy this moment, though, as he takes back the championship leader's red plates. Can he keep it, though, after round 7? Well, as always, we will be there to witness all the action live. We're going to take a break now for about 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes or so. When we return, it'll be for MX2 Race 1. We'll see you then. Bye for now.